Does Teeter look oddly familiar? Sure, you've seen Rip before, but don't know where? From daytime soaps to Academy Award-winning dramas, your favorite Yellowstone stars had long careers before joining the hit Western. Kevin Costner really needs no introduction at this point. The Yellowstone lead first made an impression as John, a young stable owner in 1981's Malibu Hot Summer. Soon afterward, he began to appear in westerns, which is where he would cement his name as an actor. He became a superstar in the late 80s and early 90s and landed 3 Oscars for Dances with Wolves. But bombs like Waterworld and The Postman led to less than ideal box office results. For every adventure like Mr. Brooks or win like Open Range, there was a swing vote on his resume.
I know exactly what you mean.
Costner never really left the Hollywood game, but he regained movie audiences' attention by playing Clark Kent's father in 2013's Man of Steel. While he led Yellowstone as the uncompromising John Dutton for 4.5 seasons, tensions between Costner and series creator Taylor Sheridan eventually escalated into a legal battle, which led to Costner's character being killed off. Post-Yellowstone, Costner has concentrated on the release of the project that turned him away from the show in the first place, the last 2 chapters of his epic Horizon, an American Saga film series.
That looks like a promising place.
The place I might be able to see myself.
Kelly Reilly has built a fascinating, well-rounded career in Hollywood. You wouldn't be able to tell from her portrayal of Yellowstone's hell-raising only daughter, Beth Dutton.
Plenty of trouble if you know where to look.
But she's actually British and got her start acting across the pond. Her credits there include Wonderful You, Bramwell, and Poldark. Reilly's big American break came in the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. She subsequently appeared in Eden Lake and Me and Orson Welles, and in Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes films as Mary Morstan. Long before he played responsible, family-oriented Casey Dutton, Luke Grimes started his career as your average teen actor. His breakthrough appearance was in All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. From there, he became a regular on the TV drama Brothers and Sisters and also appeared in Taken 2. Grimes' next big role was in True Blood as James Kent, though he left the show after 6 episodes due to creative differences with the writing. Grimes also popped up as Mark Lee in American Sniper and played Teddy Q in 2016's Magnificent Seven reboot. Since Yellowstone concluded, Grimes has appeared in the romantic drama Happiness for Beginners. He's next set to reprise his role as Casey in an upcoming Yellowstone-related procedural spinoff that's set to air on CBS. Wes Bentley was a journeyman actor with a wide variety of experience under his belt when he signed on to Yellowstone. Like his co-star Luke Grimes, Bentley also started out young. He gained national acclaim for his role as Ricky Fitz, a sensitive and talented filmmaker in American Beauty.
And this bag was just dancing with me.
Roles in Ghost Rider and Jonah Hex slowed his professional momentum down before he landed the part of Seneca Crane in The Hunger Games. He subsequently showed up in Interstellar and 3 editions of American Horror Story, most notably as John Lowe in American Horror Story Hotel. Bentley also played Jack in Pete's Dragon and Eric in Mission Impossible Fallout. As of May 2025, he appears to be taking a post-Yellowstone break, largely due to the emotional toll of playing Jamie. He told Fox News, "Jamie is a character I really don't identify well with at all and have a hard time living with. He's got a lot of baggage, a lot of heavy things to carry the load with, so it's been a real challenge in my real life." Cole Hauser is one of 2 Yellowstone regulars who happen to be Hollywood royalty. The son of actor Wings Hauser, Cole didn't even know he was his father until he was roughly 10. The 2 became close after Cole grew up, with Wings putting his son up in his house while he established a foothold in the acting game. The younger Hauser soon built an impressive resume of his own, establishing himself in his early 20s with parts in films like Dazed and Confused and Good Will Hunting. He also racked up his first role as a series regular, playing Randy Willits in Fox's High Incident. He then balanced parts in a number of military pieces like Heart's War, with work in prestige dramas like White Oleander and science fiction fare like Pitch Black. He was a regular on the Lizzie Borden Chronicles and headed up the drama Rogue before joining Yellowstone as Rip. When it came to Rip, Hauser said that he and Taylor Sheridan share a mission statement for his character. He told Cowboys and Indians magazine, "What I've always wanted in Rip is the same as what Taylor's wanted, which is a multifaceted, extremely interesting, deep-thinking, heartfelt, strong American man." Hauser's next career step will take that American man somewhere new. He and Kelly Reilly will reconvene for a Beth and Rip-centered spin-off in 2026.
You break your promise to me, and it stays broken.
Kelsey Asbille, who plays the long-suffering Monica Dutton on Yellowstone, established herself early in the acting game with her first prominent role as Gigi in One Tree Hill. She then joined the cast of Pair of Kings. After the Disney XD sitcom wrapped, though, she opted for less squeaky clean roles, showing up in Teen Wolf as Tracy Stewart and in the romantic TV movie Brimming with Love. In 2017, Asbille joined Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen in Taylor Sheridan's Wind River. Between seasons of Yellowstone, she popped up in FX's Fargo and co-starred with Finn Wittrock in the Netflix horror film Don't Move. As of May 2025, there's been no official word on whether she'll reprise her role as Monica in CBS's Casey-related spin-off series. As the youngest regular in the Yellowstone cast, Brecken Merrill guided his character from youth to his preteens. As Monica and Casey's son, Tate, he has to deal with a tough dog-eat-dog world at a very young age, nearly dying in several alarming accidents. Tate was actually Merrill's first acting role. He's since appeared in 2 episodes of This Is Us as a teenaged version of Nicky Jr. and in the film Lifeline. He's next set to appear in the independent feature We All Got Up to Dance. No matter what happens in the future, it looks like Merrill is grateful for the experience he gained by working on Yellowstone. He told Entertainment Tonight, "This is my passion. I'm loving it. I'm so blessed to work with such an amazing cast."
Riding horses, fighting a snake, it has been a great experience.
Jefferson White may have made a name for himself as the hard-luck ranch hand Jimmy Herdstrom, but in real life he's built star power as both a producer and actor, setting himself up for a bright future in Hollywood. White started his career as a journeyman supporting actor, picking up small parts in The Americans and Elementary. On the big screen, he portrayed Samuel in God's Country and Dave in Civil War. He's also become a prolific producer of short films and will direct and star in his first feature, Caravan, soon.
What's your name?
Teeter.
What's that?
Teeter.
Jennifer Landon was born into an acting dynasty. The daughter of actor-director Michael Landon, she managed to forge her own way through Hollywood as an actor. Before playing Teeter, Landon worked in soaps, appearing on popular shows like As the World Turns and Days of Our Lives. Working in the soap world helped bolster Landon's learning process and led to guest starring roles on Chicago Med and The Orville. She also had a recurring role on Animal Kingdom as Amy Wheeler. Landon might even pop up as Teeter once again in Yellowstone's upcoming 4/6 spinoff. Millennials will likely look at Gil Birmingham and think of Billy Black, father of Jacob Black in the Twilight films, but his career stretches back to the early 80s. He was Oz in the medical drama Body and Soul, Pete in 2 direct-to-VHS reboots of Gentle Ben, and an older version of Dog Star in the miniseries Into the West. After Twilight made him more famous among moviegoers, he played Red Knee in 2013's The Lone Ranger. Birmingham also played detectives regularly in 3 cable and streaming dramas. He was Detective Pierce in Animal Kingdom, Detective Bill Taba in Under the Banner of Heaven, and Sheriff Dale Bishop in Siren. He even had a recurring role as Navy Captain Stephen Douglas in NCIS Los Angeles. While the future clearly remains bright for the actor, Birmingham is pleased with how Thomas Rainwater's story ended on Yellowstone. He told Screen Rant, "It was a great resolution, very powerful." Forrie J. Smith was mainly known as an old salt actor who ended up being cast in a whole lot of westerns before getting his big break as John Dutton's right-hand man, Lloyd Pierce. His resume includes a small role in Tombstone as Pony Deal and Sammy in Transamerica. A rodeo rider and wrangler who's been training horses since he was a child, Smith is well known for his stunt work, having doubled for actors in Rambo 3 and Lightning Jack. Though Smith is now a well-seasoned Hollywood veteran, he has admitted that he used to put a lot of pressure on himself while he was working to get a foothold in the acting game. Applying roping and riding techniques to his acting work has helped, though. He told Cowboys and Indians magazine, "I always take deep breaths to relax before I ride and stuff. I started using some of the things that make me relax while rodeoing before my auditions." As a newbie ranch hand on the Dutton estate, Denim Richards' Colby Mayfair leaves a huge impression. A novice among the more experienced hands, Colby slowly but surely becomes a well-loved presence amongst his peers. He and Teeter eventually embark on a romance that ends tragically when Colby dies, saving Carter from a wild bronco. In the real world, Richards' resume is short, but it's packed with interesting roles. He has appeared in a number of reality and talk shows as a bit player and singer. While his big break was as Colby, his most substantial role came in the series Good Trouble. He also appeared as Dante Hill in the direct-to-streaming modern Western film series Country Line, and had the lead in Netflix's Montford the Chickasaw Rancher as Jack Brown. Moses Brings Plenty started his Hollywood career with a series of small roles, including portraying Chief Crazy Horse in an episode of PBS's American Experience. He had a recurring role on Hell on Wheels, played Sitting Bull in the American West, and Ottawa Jones in The Good Lord Bird. On the big screen, he was Shep in Jurassic World Dominion, and was part of the cast of Resbom, the first film to be fully filmed on tribal lands. On top of playing Mo in Yellowstone, he served as the show's American Indian Affairs coordinator. The position allowed Plenty to ensure the authenticity of the wardrobe, rituals, and character behavior of the show's native characters. He performs the same duties for the spin-off 1923. There's no word on whether Plenty will continue providing consultation work for the series, but now that his Yellowstone duties are done, he'll appear in Topper, a 2025 film about a disgraced alcoholic stand-up comic. Isabel May's Elsa Dutton might not be a familiar face for regular Yellowstone viewers, but those who watch the prequel shows 1883 and 1923 know that she died on the Duttons' land and is the first person to be buried there. She narrates both prequels and provides a voiceover during the series finale of Yellowstone. Ever since her death in 1883, Elsa has been watching over the Duttons. Before joining the Yellowstone clan, May had established a solid career for herself as a teenage actor, appearing on Young Sheldon, Alexa and Katie, and the film I Want You Back. Post-Elsa, she's lined up a bunch of new projects, including the latest Scream sequel, where she is slated to play Sidney Prescott's daughter.